In honor of the Devil Wears Prada 2, we are drop kicking diet culture and rewiring some of your perhaps subconscious patterns that we've developed as a result of diet culture coming at us so hard. I'm going to talk about two key shifts you can make in how you see your health and body that will drop kick any scarcity around food or this like, oh, I need to eat less, I need to watch my portions, which ultimately is setting you up to be overweight. You have to think differently about food. And I want to talk about what it takes to actually get toned, because most ladies, they just want to be toned. And what we're taught to get toned will still make you look a little paunchy. If we're talking about Devil Wears Prada, nobody wants to look tired and paunchy. Okay, so before I dive into that, if you want to see some of my content where I'm wearing Miranda Priestley's wig and I'm impersonating her, then that is on my Instagram at it's.jessicajoy. I'm having some fun there. There will be some more things coming out. And I even created a new freebie it's a free gift, a training called Fit Toned and In Your Power is in Fashion. Tired and Paunchy is out, aka diets, GLPs without strategy and under eating. All right, so you can learn a lot about the strategies. But as I was creating this content, creating the freebies, creating the outlines of becoming Miranda, it became very clear how toxic diets are, how toxic trying to be the thinnest version of yourself is, and how it's robbing women of their joy, their vitality, their vibrancy. And I started to get really sad and angry that this narrative has been fed to women so long, because under eating is one of the most unhealthy things you can do. And we all just want to feel good in our skin. Typically it's not from a negative goal. It's like we just want to be healthy, but what we're taught is eat less, exercise more, burn more calories, get more cardio, don't build too much muscle, you'll get bulky. Oh, watch your portions. Oh, lower your carbs. Have this GLP so you can undereat even more, but don't change your eating habits. It's like so much of this is freaking toxic. So I wanted to shine a light on it, because sometimes we can get so accustomed to certain things that we don't see it anymore. It's like, even when I looked back at this movie, I never thought how toxic the Devil Wears Prada was. I mean, I knew Miranda's snooty patootie, but it's just like the culture of being so small and how you'll be judged if you're a size 6 or something. Obviously it's a big example. But let's talk about shifting some of the subconscious so you can operate in a more powerful way, because my mission for women is to help them operate as the most powerful versions of themselves, mind, body, and soul. Okay, so it's not just the physical health, it's how you choose to operate for your physical health. The workouts you choose, the nutrition approach you choose needs to be rooted from a place of, I love myself, I want to build myself, I want to become more in my power, as opposed to diets are really coming from a place of, I'm not happy with where I'm at, and until I'm smaller, I'm not going to be happy. And the faster I can do this, regardless of if it's healthy, like I just need to get the weight off. It's not coming from a place of power, self-love, etc. It's not serving women. All right. So because we've been fed this whole idea of, okay, eat less and move more to lose weight, I want to shift how you think about this. Instead of thinking eat less, most women need to actually learn how to eat enough of what their body needs. So instead of focusing on, okay, don't eat that, don't have that, have this, oh, this is off limits, like we're focusing so much energy on what we're not supposed to have, which just makes it harder. Let's train our mind to focus on, okay, what do I need to meet my baseline nutritional needs every day? What does my body need every day? And actually putting our energy toward what we want and need and get to have. Okay, where's my protein? Where's my produce? Where's my fiber? Okay, where's my carbs? Where are my healthy carbs? Where are my fruits and veggies? Where's my whole food sources of protein? As you prioritize these, it will naturally crowd out what you could call the crap, because you're just so nourished, your body's getting what it needs. And then think of what a healthy mindset that is to have around food. Have I gotten enough of what I need today? It's such a great way to look at it. Now, if you want more details about what I call PFF is your BFF and meeting your macronutrient needs, that is in the freebie, and I will link it down below. I don't want to go into too much strategy because it's in the freebie, but I do want to share some mindset shifts for you. So instead of thinking, what do I need to get this weight off? It's like, okay, what does my body need to thrive? When your body is more nourished and fed, your metabolism's going to be higher, your cravings are going to be lower. You're going to have more energy, so then you can take action with the healthy things you need to do. You're going to have a better relationship with yourself because it just feels wholesome to be thinking about nourishing yourself. And your body's going to be less stressed. It's all these wins when you're eating enough consistently. Like, it's the key. It is ultimately the key. I am colleagues with so many different health coaches, a lot of functional health coaches, and what they see a lot is most women are just not eating enough of what they need. And that's the first thing that they need to do to heal. Most people think, oh, I need to detox, or oh, I need a supplement, or oh, I need a peptide. No, you need to eat enough of what your body needs. And we need to start thinking in that way instead of, okay, how can I eat small portions? Like, how can I get enough vegetables today? And really like having that be a wholesome, like, yeah, I want to priority because I'm worthy of that, because I want to build myself and become more powerful, not a weak version of myself that's like living off air. Okay, or cubes of cheese. All right. So start thinking, how can I eat enough? And that mindset, it's like, it's an abundance around food. I want to nourish myself. It's the best mindset shift you can focus on for nutrition. And again, more protocols will be in the freebie. The next thing that we want to shift is, this is going to be a bit intense, but if we're really going to clear out some of these maybe remnants of diet culture that are within our subconscious, I want you to think of, if you wanted to, let's say, let's just think you're like some masterful, like you're trying to control women as a whole. How could you weaken women? What could you do? And ultimately, one of the biggest ways would be diets. Okay, let's teach women to eat very little so they're really hungry. And when they're really hungry, they're going to think about food a lot instead of what they could be contributing to their lives or to the world. No, it's going to take a lot of energy and time and capacity to, okay, don't eat that, or, focus so much on food. And then what's going to happen is, like, their body's going to rebel because their body's wired for survival. So ultimately they're going to overeat. And then what's going to happen? Oh, then they're thinking about food more. Then they're even shameful and guilty, which will rob their energy more. And then they'll want to try something new that's basically another version of eat little. And then it's this whole cycle. Like, it's literally a way that you could rob women of so much power and energy, if you think about it, which is really sad. It's like, okay, how do we break the cycle? It's on us. It's on us to think about this differently and go about this differently from a place of, okay, I need to make sure I'm eating enough, and I want to focus on building habits, building my body, building my mindset, building muscle. And most ladies just want to look toned. That's literally all. They just want to be toned and healthy. But just focusing on fat loss will never tone you. And this is one other shift I want you to really get. I want this to land. I remember I always thought, okay, if I lose more weight, I'll be more toned because it will reveal more of the muscle underneath the skin. And so, man, I got really good at losing weight. And then ultimately my body would rebel and I'd gain it back. And it was just so much energy going toward trying to get toned. Problem was, to get toned, you need a decent amount of muscle on your body. Even if you do lose a lot of fat, like, there's just not enough muscle on it it pushes against the skin and creates that shape and definition that looks really healthy, because it is when you have a lot of muscle. That's a sign that you're eating enough. Like, muscle can't be bought with a peptide. It can't be bought with a supplement. It is earned with continually showing up for yourself within a smart structure to build muscle by lifting weights. Like, you can't, and that, the way that we teach our clients is to do this from a place of love and self-honoring, not some punishment or, when I look toned, then I'll feel good about myself. No, feel good about yourself. And then if you want to get toned, get toned. We always want to operate from a sense of self-worth, self-love. I accept myself as in now. And if I want, this is coming from a place of desire, not from a place of, until I get there, I can't really love myself. I can't really feel confident. Well, that's a bunch of BS. That's just draining your energetic state and robbing you of what you could potentially be experiencing in your life. Ooh, we're getting deep today. Alrighty. So the truth is, you can practice confidence now. The truth is, you can embody self-love now. The truth is, you could create a great relationship with what you say to yourself in the mirror now. And then if you want to create more tone and definition, you can do that from a place of wholeness and health and from desire, not from need or lack. Okay, is the difference that I want to land here. So if our goal is to become more powerful and alive and vibrant, then we want to be looking at, okay, how do I nourish my body? How do I take fat loss in phases? Because that does require strategy. How do I build muscle? And how do I operate from a place of like honoring myself and my health? That's what we want to do. And so all this crazy Devil Wears Prada stuff, we have created a new issue of Runaway magazine where tired, frail, undereating is just out of fashion. It's out of fashion. It needs to go. Rip it up, throw it away, goodbye. And we're leaning into healthy, vibrant, strong, inside and out, seeing our power, having our energy go toward what we want, what we're building, what we're creating. We need women in the world who are strong and healthy and operating from a place of knowing their worth and think of the leadership they will create. And the only way that we end these patterns for our daughters around food is to do it for ourselves. And that's some of the work that is so rewarding to see in coaching, where women are really proud of the examples that they're setting for their daughters. Their daughters are seeing them build strength. Their daughters are seeing them nourish their bodies. Okay, they're not seeing mom on another diet. She can't eat that and she's exercising all the time. Like it has to start within us. We go first. We are the change. And so when you are looking for how to lose weight, get healthier, please, for the love of all greatness within you, your potential, how can you eat enough? How can you actually do this from a place of desire, not lack? How can you let go of any of the little phases of like thinking, oh, I need to eat less and less and less? No, you need to be in a moderate deficit. Take that loss in phases, and then you can get the weight off for good while prioritizing, understanding good nutritional, meeting those needs consistently, and getting stronger. Okay. So good. I really am a stand for women to be powerful mind, body, and soul, and how we show up for our health in those various areas is crucial. And any of this diet stuff that's really just saying, don't eat that. And I mean, I'm even against bodybuilding competitions. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, okay, ultimately, that's not actually healthy. Look, is running a marathon healthy? Like, there's certain things that people do for the sport of it. But I'm certainly never going to do a bodybuilding competition because it's just so intense on the body. And I just frankly just haven't had a desire to once I understood how much fasted cardio they do, how much under eating they do, and how many of my colleagues would have rebounds after those hormonally, metabolically. Just anyway, that's another podcast. Okay. So oh man. So if you want to have fun with Miranda Priestley content, go follow my page. If you want the freebie, it's below. It will walk you through strategies around getting fit, toned, and being in your power, because that's what's in fashion here and henceforth. And I love you so much. And let's be conscious of how we're leading our health, how the impacts are the next generations, and rock it out. I love you.